Hi everyone, my name is Alejandra Ruiz, and today I'll be talking about what I learned from the articles Varieties of Language and First Language Acquisition Theories, and why this information is important for me as a future elementary early childhood educator. Varieties of language. One important thing I learned from varieties of language is that young children naturally use different ways of speaking depending on their environment. For example, a child may speak one way at home with family and another way at school with teachers and classmates. This shows me that language differences are normal and develop early in life. The second thing I learned is that dialect are valid forms of language, not incorrect speech. Many young children come to school speaking dialect influenced by their family, culture, or community. These dialects follow rules and represent meaningful communication. Understanding this helps me see that children are not behind just because they speak differently. The third thing I learned is that code switching begins even in early childhood. Young children can learn to adjust how they speak based on expectations, such as using more formal language during story time or more casual language during play. This is a skill that develops with guidance and modeling. As an early childhood teacher, I can apply this knowledge by creating a classroom where all languages are respected. I can model appropriate language without correcting children in ways that discourage them. I can also introduce new vocabulary naturally through play, conversations, and read alouds while honoring children's home language. Understanding varieties of language is important to me as a future educator because language is closely connected to a child's identity and confidence. When children feel accepted for how they speak, they are more willing to participate and learn. First language acquisition theories. One thing I learned from first language acquisition theories is that children learn language best through interaction. Talking, playing, singing, and reading with adults and peers all support language development in early childhood. The second thing I learned is that children are biologically prepared to learn languages. Even very young children are wired to pick up language, patterns, sounds, and meanings forms their environment. The third thing I learned is that language develops in stages and mistakes are a natural part of learning. When young children make grammatical errors, it shows that they are actively learning how language works. As a as an early childhood educator, I can apply this knowledge by providing a language rich environment filled with conversation, songs, storytelling, and play based learning. I will be patient with language mistakes and respond in supportive ways that help children grow. Learning about first language acquisition is important because it helps me understand how young children develop communication skills. This knowledge allows me to support early learners with patience, empathy, and developmentally appropriate practices. Thank you.